we demonstrate our engineering-centric approach for the synthesis of control for complex tasks, in which pre-programmed and evolved behaviors are combined hierarchically. We test our approach in a test that requires behaviors typically associated with evolutionary robotics, such as collective search and navigation, obstacle avoidance, and collective decision-making.
Hello everybody. We evolved a team of 4 robots provided with infrared sensors and an explicit communication channel for solving role allocation tasks in which one robot must leave the team to go on a mission far from the other robots. And we found that communication is important and that the desired behavior evolves only if robots are rewarded for allocating their roles through communication. For further information, please visit our spot. Thank you.
We present evolvable mathematical models, an algorithm that evolves autonomous agents as mathematical equations using only the 4 basic mathematical operators. We test our algorithm on the discrete double T-maze, where successful agents must learn the location of the larger ward in the maze and revisit this maze arm in subsequent trials. Our results demonstrate that neuroplasticity and neuromodulation can emerge within this paradigm without having these special functionalities specified a priori.
We analyze the dynamics of the operon Boolean model presented in this paper, which is capable of predicting the operon being off, on, and bistable when the update schedule is a parallel one. So, what happens if we change the parallel update? The results show that when bistability appears, in average, the off attraction basin is about 8 times bigger than that of on, and the basin of limit cycle sum up about 5 times more than that of on and off respectively.
Poster 76 is by Chris Marriott and Gibran Chabib. We have studied the effect of adding social learning to agents capable of individual learning and biological evolution. Our agents display both biological evolution of genes and a cultural evolution of memes. We show that social learning leads to a decoupling of the genetic and cultural lineages. In our model, this leads to an emergent dynamic where young agents are much more likely to engage in social learning activities than older ones. Explore our results at Poster 76.
Number 79. Self-organizing process and cluster network in the game of life. A random initial state reaches to a rest state including some clusters after a long transient time. Our network representation can classify the survived clusters into 2 types, type G and type NG. The main topic of this research is to study the roles of these cluster types, which are deeply related to a scale-free property of the rest state. Please come and check the roles. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, I'm Atsushi Shibai. Our research is about bacterial evolution. All living things have highly sophisticated complex networks of gene functions. The question is how such complex life evolve when the error rate is increased artificially. We invented a bacterial culture system that raises error rate of replication via UV exposure. I'm looking forward to presenting our system and primary results on the poster session. Thank you.
Twitter often behaves like a social censor. By examining professional baseball games, we found that Twitter can immediately show reactions to positive and negative events by a burst of tweets, but only positive events induce a burst of retweets to follow. We examined the winning team has greater cross-correlation value than the losing team in all Japan Series games, and there is a significant difference between the winning and losing teams. We also found that retweet networks exhibit clear polarization as well as scale-free in degree distribution.
Robots can be useful for a variety of maritime tasks, such as surveillance and patrolling, aquaculture inspection, environmental monitoring, or disaster relief. We propose a multi-robot system based on swarms of aquatic drones. Robust and scalable control is achieved through a hybrid approach based on a combination of evolved and pre-programmed behaviors.
What makes open-ended evolution possible? To answer this question, we propose 4 conditions for open-endedness and test them in a new ALIFE world called Chromaria. With only these conditions, even in the absence of explicit fitness or competition, evolution in Chromaria thrives. What is essential, then, proves surprisingly subtle.
Hello, I'm Tarek. I'm happy to present my work about metamorphic modular robots. In this work, the modular robot is able to negotiate obstacles, and it can be split up into several parts to track, surround, and transport target objects. Our model takes advantage of the computational power of each unit on the system. A morphogen gradient is used to locate the target objects and discharge the units to deal with global informations.
Hello, I'm Haifa Rabai. I'm a PhD student in France. I study the spread of one chaotic node in an interaction network, and I aim to identify the set of nodes impacted by the spread of chaos and to detect the source of the spread of the disturbance in this interaction network. If you want to get more information, you can come and see me during the poster session. Thank you.
Coevolutionary genetic algorithms have been around since the early 90s. There are 2 types: competitive with the hope of focused evolution through an arms race, and cooperative with the promise of efficiencies through division of labor. However, it soon became clear that these systems could become unstable through loss of gradient, intransitivity, etc. One proposed solution was to introduce spatial GAs to coevolutionary systems, where individuals only mate with those nearby on a network structure, usually a toroidal grid. Added to this is spatial evaluation, which uses the same structure for evaluation between populations as is used for mating within population. Unfortunately, these systems have only cursorily been investigated, and last year at CEC, Ken de Jong suggested that this change, so we took him up on it, beginning with, does the network structure affect a coevolutionary GA in the same way it does a spatial GA, and how important would the addition of elitism be? The answer to these questions are, we think, quite interesting, useful, and sometimes even puzzling, so come visit us at our posters.
What is the energy cost of evolution? Attempting to estimate the cost of evolving humans exposes deeply interesting questions for artificial evolution, but artificial creatures evolved in a virtual world have a real energy cost. How would this scale? Kleiber's law relates energy to mass, and I propose an equivalent relationship for an artificial creature. We have only one data point and can only guess the gradient, but it is clear the energy cost of evolving human-equivalent AI could be colossal.
In the field of evolutionary computation, researchers are running potentially thousands of experiments a year, collecting and compiling the results, publishing the work, and eventually tossing the data. Unlike in natural evolution, these discoveries cannot be later extended or elaborated on. But what if instead our field operated more like nature? What would it be like to build a living archive of research where every object from every evolutionary experiment is actively preserved, with the full context of its ancestry known and its future open to exploration? Come check out a new library called WIN. We believe it's the first step towards this vision.
Yum yum. Yum yum. Yum yum. Yum yum.
Hello, my name is Marco Montes de Oca and my paper's ID is 180. In this paper, we present a continuous time binary consensus protocol whereby entities connected via directed ring topology solve the one-dimensional density classification problem. Information travels as a wave, and this is what you are looking at. I'm going to make the connection between this protocol and collective decision making in swarm intelligence systems. Thank you.
This is submission 184. We present work towards designing artificial universes for artificial agents. We use a microscopic level and a macroscopic level, and we show how interaction can seem to occur on the macroscopic level, even though causally it happens on the microscopic level. We also show how to design the microscopic level in this case. If this sounds interesting to you, and you like information theory and causal Bayesian networks, please stop by submission 184. Cheers.
Simulations in different contexts require costly specialized applications. We propose a framework where modular algorithms and constrictions can be freely implemented and with functionalities to compare and optimize the results for all upcoming environments.